When we come back, we'll be visiting with Ms. Melissa Walsh and Mrs. Kate Steer. They are American queens, and their reign is about to come to an end, but we're going to visit with them about what's going on this week in a national pageant right here in Daytona. News, what do you have in the newsroom?
You know those two guys that were dangling from the building yesterday?
Yeah.
You know what their favorite song was yesterday? Please help me, I'm falling.
Okay. Hey, in sports, coming up, another rainout for the D-Cubs. That means we have two on tap tonight. A major loss, major injuries at the Tampa Bay Buck training camp, and the NBA ref that got in trouble gets his in court. Mark Burney, your morning comment following CBS at 7:31 on Wake Up Daytona on WNDB.
CBS News Update. I'm Jim Taylor. Artificial turf. Among the concerns some parents are expressing, lead exposure. Today, the Consumer Product Safety Commission says not to worry. We're live with CBS News correspondent Vicki Barker. Why no worries, Vicki?
Well, the nation's consumer watchdogs say they tested 40 samples from 9 states and found no evidence of any lead risk to children. Their message to kids, go out and play.
What raised these concerns in the first place?
Well, 2 fields in New Jersey were closed after state health regulators found high lead levels there last spring. At least 7 other facilities in New Jersey and New York were then shut down until new artificial surfaces could be installed. Now, Jim, a separate EPA probe of possible toxic emissions from artificial turf is underway, expected to wind up this fall.
So, the final judgment not yet in on your green grass of home.
Artificial grass. Now you can enjoy a beautiful, low-maintenance lawn.
CBS News Update with Vicki Barker. I'm Jim Taylor.
Proud to serve and connected to the Halifax area.
WNDB News Talk 1150.
74 degrees along the world's most famous beach, headed for a high of 92. It's 7:32. This news brought to you by Tom Cook Jewelers, your official Rolex jeweler. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mark Williams. Our top story, 2 air conditioning technicians are thanking their lucky stars this morning after the scaffolding they were on failed as they worked at a beachside condo Tuesday. Pete Funch and Billy Wright were left dangling on the side of the Island Crown condos when one side of the scaffolding they were on failed. Also failing, a device to stop that fall. Both were dangling in their safety harnesses. Funch and Wright were rescued by the Daytona Beach Fire Department high-angle rescue team. They were taken to Halifax to be checked out. An attorney for the family of Casey Anthony filed a motion to have public records in the case like 911 calls and jailhouse phone calls sealed out of the concern for his client in the case. During a hearing in an Orange County courtroom on Tuesday, attorney Jose Baez argued on the grounds of safety for the toddler and his client's chance for a fair trial.
I think the court can take judicial notice that all of, if not a majority, of the publicity that's been extended out there has negatively affected my client and her presumption of innocence and possibly her right to a fair trial.
However, Rachel Fugate, an attorney for the Orlando Sentinel, argued that these public records damage neither safety nor the right of a fair trial, comparing them to such things as arrest records, all public documents.
The fact that these conversations are recorded, that there's logs, it's posted. It's known. This is not a surprise. That this information is kept as a public record and that it is a public record. They're not the sensitive details that can derail a criminal investigation that the sheriff's office normally compiles.
Judge Dan Strickland denied Baez's motion to have those records sealed. Later today, attorney Baez expected to appear before the 5th Florida Circuit Court of Appeals here in Daytona. He's trying to effort a second bail hearing for Casey Anthony. Baez wants a shot at getting a bail reduction for Anthony, the mother of 2-year-old Kaylee. She is currently being held in the Orange County Jail on a $500,000 bond. The research group Global Insight reports that international visitors choose to visit New York City more often than Orlando, and that makes the Big Apple a top destination in the U.S.
Orlando is second on the list. Las Vegas is third. Tourism is good for the local economy. The report says 1 new person is hired for every 110 visitors to Central Florida.
That's WNDB's Jeff Marshall. Crude oil prices on the New York Mercantile Exchange closed lower Tuesday afternoon. Crude losing $2.54 to close at $122.91 a barrel. Earlier in the day, oil was down $4. John Feldman of the American Petroleum Institute says one reason is Americans are driving less.
Recent data from the Department of Energy indicated that demand for gasoline and total fuel is down, and that appears to be softening the market.
The New York Stock Exchange opens in a couple of hours at 11,398. The Dow gaining 266 points. The S&P 500 gained 29. The Nasdaq ended 55 points higher. Traffic and weather next. WNDB Morning News Time, now 7:35.
With the deep blue Caribbean, a steady 15-knot breeze, and 3 days of head-to-head racing with the Virgin Islands as a backdrop, the Rolex Cup Regatta attracts the finest racing yachts in the world. Equally at home in this sailor's paradise is the sailor's timepiece, the Rolex Yachtmaster. Equipped with a clearly legible rotatable bezel and a trip-lock winding crown modeled on the design of a submarine hatch, it's a true ocean-going chronometer. Yet with its classic lines and distinctive oyster bracelet, it's equally as well suited for the good life ashore. To see the Yachtmaster and a complete selection of other Rolex timepieces for both men and women, visit your official Rolex jeweler. Tom Cook Jeweler, your official Rolex jeweler, located at 150 South Beach Street in beautiful downtown Daytona Beach, creating the standards by which all others are measured. Hours Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 5:30, and Saturdays 10 to 3.
7:36 at News Talk 1150 WNDB. You're hearing the morning news. Let's get a scan of traffic and weather. Here's WNDB's Jennifer Keefe. Morning, Miss Jen.
Hey, Mr. News, I-4 westbound volumes building. This report's brought to you by Super 8. See you along the way. Westbound volume building between Saxon Boulevard and the St. Johns River Bridge. Once you get into Seminole County, things look pretty okay. Look out for some road work picking up in about half an hour. They're doing ditch cleaning along US 1 between the bridge and Center Street, and the northbound right lane will be closed until 4:30 this afternoon. If you're one of the first 800 people to book a room with Super 8 between August 8th and August 15th at 8 p.m., your room could cost just $8.88. For full details, go to super8.com. I'm Jennifer Keefe, News Talk 1150 WNDB.
Cloudy to partly sunny today with a couple of showers and thunderstorms, mainly this afternoon and evening, high 88 to 92. Partly cloudy overnight with a stray shower or thunderstorm, low 72 to 76. I'm meteorologist Heather Zayer.
74 degrees along the world's most famous beach. Our next news at 8 o'clock from the CBS Radio Network. We're proud to serve Volusia and Flagler counties on 1150 WNDB, the entire world on the internet at WNDB.am. With bulletins at once, I'm Mark Williams. WNDB Morning News Time, now 7:38.
The world is online. And